Coach McMervin and Cascade Valley are back after a little bit of a hiatus, and the number 16 team in the nation with 3 losses is trying to make their way to the CFP still. But doing that is going to be a little tough here. As you can see, we have Nebraska going to their stadium today, coming back home against number 11 USC, and then traveling to number 23 Texas to finish out our season. If we win all 3, we are in the CFP without a doubt. But winning all 3, not going to be the easiest thing in the world. And make things a little challenging for us again, Raleek Brown is out for 9 weeks with a dislocated hip. Call him an old man, because that hip is going to keep him sidelined for a while. Now, Nebraska still has a lot of good players. They are a little bit of a downswing, only an 82 overall. And they've lost 4 games this year, including 4 in the Big Ten. So there is a chance to make things happen. But Dylan Raiola, Zaya Hunter, they've got a lot of talented people. I mean, their top 4 people are all offensive threats that we've got to be worried about today. Big test today against Nebraska. They've already found themselves here with a 3rd and 7. With Raiola bringing his team to midfield, but can they actually get the conversion they're looking for? Raiola pressured in the pocket, finds a man wide open. Our cover 2 was not cover 2ing. In field goal range, Nebraska lining up again. Raiola all the time in the world. He's going to try to run. He fakes it and throws it. And he's got his team down to the 2. 1st and goal, they put a man in motion for a little bit of something, but we're able to sniff it out and drop him for a loss of 1. They go with the run again. We have a guy there, and it's Barnes that brings him down. 3rd and goal. The opposite of Pete Carroll. They stick with the run, and that one is going to work. The 3rd and final run gets him in the end zone for the first score today. Big 3rd and 17 now. Nebraska needs something major. Their QB's got way too long. Romney sends one in. They go with a quick check down. That's just going to be an easier field goal to make it 4th and 11. Stick again, getting the opportunity to be the starter out here. Harmon has been regulated to the bench because, you can't make Coach McMervin that mad with that bad of plays. And there is some conversation to be had about maybe Coach McMervin overreacted to the interception that Lamar Harmon threw was maybe not all his fault, but it was egregious and Coach McMervin hates it. And that's a late hit. Don't you touch fiercely. Cascade Valley is going to even this game right back up. Almost, but they're down 3. Nebraska goes to the play action. They completely fake us out on that. We whiff on the first hit. A fumble, though, on the second one, and our guys don't dive on it. Niles Hart with an absolutely devastating hit that forces that ball out. None of our guys are able to jump on it, so we can't capitalize on what could have been a pivotal moment for the CVU defense. Every single game is a big one right now for CVU. If they win out, they are in the CFP, but a single loss the remainder of this season means that they're just playing some bowl game like the Duke's Mayo Bowl, which we don't care about, and we're about to give up a touchdown again here. 3rd and inches. Goal line formation for both teams. And our guys don't get the memo. Raiola's in the end zone, and he's talking that talk. The Patrick Mahomes clone is back. Back out here in offense. Stick again. Chance to be the hero if he can. He sees a guy downfield as fiercely. He's got him one-on-one. And it's off his back. Plenty of time on the clock right now, but it looks like Nebraska might be bringing a little bit of a blitz here. So we got to be careful. Beautiful screenplay. Tugboat is going to work his way to maybe about 8 yards. Nebraska's definitely dominating in today's game. They have chewed the clock. They have run better plays, but we are finding ways to still stay in this game. Dakota James with a nice grab on the last play is going to give us new life. Quick check down here. Tim Tyndall's going to get it for about 8 more yards. Under a minute. We would love to score here, but we want to score too quick, because we don't want Nebraska back out here with the ball. And Stick is going to take off for this one. An easy first down. He's out of bounds, but a late hit, no call. Another first down for the boys. Wide open. He's got him. He overthrows, but Fiercely says, I don't care. Mark Fiercely climbing the ladder and getting an interception and bring this game back within 3. Big 3rd down, though, in the middle of the field here in the 3rd quarter. Did well leading up to halftime. We're trying to lock in here, and again, Dakota James making him dance all the way to the 4. Stick has looked really good out there today. This is a guy that's still threatening the transfers. We don't know if we're going to have him next year. We do know that this man can run the offense that Coach McMervin wants, and Cascade Valley, for the first time today, is taking the lead in this game. Things getting spicy here. 3rd down for Nebraska. They find the seam. What a throw and what a catch. Our team's really struggled just to stop Nebraska from moving the ball down the field. They have been a well-oiled machine, and Raiola takes off. Our safety's chilling, and he stops him at the 1. They got us in a QB sneak earlier. They go for a halfback dive, and that was not going to work. A loss of 3. 3rd and 3. They scored earlier. Can they score here? Raiola's trying to take off. He has just enough speed to escape. And Nebraska answers back and takes the lead over again. This has been a highly contested back-and-forth game, but RPOs have cooked. And look at Dakota James. Our guys have moved into the shadows now of the field. Little tough one, but Tim Tindall holds on. Nebraska kind of slowly walking their guys up to the line here. And Tugboat gets hit in the backfield, but only gets back to the line. Tugboat's got a little bit of damage. I mean, look at our entire offensive line, plus Mark Fiercely. A lot of guys banged up right now. We're going with RPO since they've worked so well today, and Peaks has enough to get the first. CJ Peaks is not a name you hear a lot in this offense, but he's had a couple of good catches for us today, including one that got him in the end zone. Tugboat, just a lot of wear and tear for him. Keeping a lot of guys in here on 2nd and 9. Stick trying to scramble, looks for something, tests something. He finds Dakota James, who falls down on that one. Cascade Valley is going to take the lead, but the question is, can we hold on to it the way that Nebraska's playing right now? Massive drive for Nebraska. They're down 4. They're trying to keep this season moving. But if our defense plays like this, they're going to score quick. Raiola struggling a little bit today, but he's still been effective when his team needs him to. Getting into the end zone, on the ground, through the air. It's been a problem. So is our defense. They can't cover anyone. Short yardage here for Nebraska. They opt for the run, which has been very good for them, and it's incredibly good here on this long run. But what a hit, and he fumbles out of bounds. 2-minute warnings approaching, but we are just heartbroken seeing a forced fumble by Bray Hubbard just fall to the wayside and really not be able to get used at this point. But they got to get in the end zone here. Nebraska sends a man in motion. They go with the jet sweep, but we got guys there. Good tackle off the edge by Fox. Obviously in 4-down territory, Nebraska goes with a hurry up. They go deep to the end zone. We got Mays there. Multiple people and a good knockout. Things getting spicy here. This is it. Nebraska still has all their timeouts, but we feel good about this if we can just lock in on this play and get a stop. It's right in front of our DB, and they're in the red zone again. Nebraska's here in 1st and goal, minute 22. If they do score, we want it to happen quick. We blitz Raiola. He throws it off the back of his own guy. 2nd and goal again. They go for the quick pass. We have guys there in the middle, and he somehow falls forward and gets in the end zone. Physics? Does anyone know physics? As Beyonce Knowles' little cousin gets in the end zone. We are in a terrible situation right now. We have got to find a way to get in the end zone. We're hoping we can get a single high coverage for Fiercely and just let him cook. But right now, there's not a lot, and we're just going to take 2 yards. Feels like an impossible situation here. But Stick just threw one, and Shakur has it drop off his hands. On the road, the freshman just trying to keep his team in this game. Unbelievable timing there to Shakur, and that's going to keep this moving. And now he's hurt. Amir Shakur. Say it ain't so. Amir Shakur, not in a good spot right now. We're just seeing what our guys can do here. A lot of time still in this game. Wide open spaces. Can we get a block, big fella? Can we get a block? Strickland. We don't even know who he is, but he's down at the 3-yard line. 30 seconds and a dream. If we get in the end zone, you know who we're going to here. We can have a massive win to help our future. We're trying to take as much time off as we possibly can. Get this play clock down to about 5 seconds or so. And then we're going to run our play. A little delayed on that. Fiercely gets in the end zone, and with 11 seconds left, Cascade Valley has taken the lead in Nebraska. And if we can play some defense for once, we have a chance to still be in the CFP if we can win our next 2. We get a fantastic situation where we scored the go-ahead touchdown, but at what cost? We lost Amir Shakur. We get devastating news now. Where our guys are now, we're just kind of in a prevent-based defense here. They have 9 seconds. They have the timeouts. But we are willing to let them just do stuff like that with 3 seconds left. Cascade Valley has a history of unfortunately losing on Hail Mary situations. We're hoping that does not happen here. As the boys are locked in, Raiola's going to throw a check down, and with no time left, Cascade Valley is going to steal one in Nebraska. They said it couldn't be done, but it was. 14 in the 4th to make it happen. And Stick, we don't know if he's going to stick around next year, but 5 touchdowns today, the freshman could have a heck of a future here in CVU. And winning against Nebraska feels great, but we play now number 7 USC, which they're 91 overall. This is going to be tough. This is a team that is loaded from top to bottom, and I don't know how exactly we're supposed to compete. Maeva is a 92 overall now. I mean, every single position across the board is just full of studs. And they do have an injury to their top halfback, but you can see right below here, Waymon Jordan is still very good, and he's only an overall point below what that guy was. So we have our work cut out for us today. It's going to be a bit of a miracle, but we're still going to try. We are picking up in trouble very quickly as Maeva is driving his team down the field, and they're already in the red zone. They send a man in motion, little pre-snap move. And on the pass play, he goes right to the man he just sent in motion, and we light him up out of bounds. 2nd and 3. All the time in the world. He's stepping up, and we crush that man, but he's still okay. 1st and goal, they go with the run, but we are all over that. Way to drop him for a loss. 2nd and goal, another run. Oh, it's an RPO. We thought we had the interception, but he still held on. Our guys are here on the goal line. He fumbled, and we picked it up. CVU was going to be okay. An unreal stop by the CVU defense, but now that means that our offense is in a pretty tough spot as well. Going with an RPO to try to give us a little bit of room here. A nice move here, and look at CJ Peaks get down to the 21 already. Stick is here. He sees the blitz coming. Goes for a reliable target, and Dakota James gets 9. This is a team that is resilient. In their first year playing in a bigger conference, they have really stepped up. And you were just seeing guys from all over the country do that, but a drop by James. James dropping that one is definitely unfortunate. We do get one of Fiercely, and Fiercely's a dog. He's one of the fastest players on our team and in the nation. He is going to get hawked down, but he's not going to do it before he gets a whole bunch of yards. This team again, not having Amir Shakur, hoping we get him back at some point soon. But it's not looking super likely at the moment. A risky throw here is going to find Tugboat Jackson, who's down to the 5-yard line. Great vision by Stick. This team has had a lot of criticism for not running the football a lot. Coach McMervin is typically a more air-it-out guy. And with this team, he's had to do that a lot more than usual. But Tugboat is going to strike first for CVU, and we take the early lead at home against USC. USC's offense struggling, but so far our offense is staying on the field. Quick check down. Dakota James is going to hold on to this one. This is the kind of momentum this team needs. Getting the ball down to the red zone with the potential to take a 2-score lead on the number 7 team in the nation. And Tugboat says 2-2. I'm in there. A 2-touchdown lead and the ball back with 2 minutes left. USC did not expect this when they came to Akron, Ohio. We want to hurry up, but we don't want to be a little bit reckless here. CJ Peaks is going to try to go straight to the house here on a little fly route. We like what we see here with Mark Fiercely, one of the taller guys in the field, but he's so good at running routes. Plenty of time here, but Sick is going to make a little adjustment. Play action fake, and he goes down. Great blitz by USC. 1:02 on the clock. And we just had to get rid of it. Great blitz again. 58 seconds left. We're trying to find something. This could be a 4-down territory spot for us. We just got to see how this one plays out. A lot of time. He's going to wait to make sure that corner doesn't step up. We're going to use our first timeout here as we got the ball at the 30. Dakota James already having a day over 51 yards, 4 grabs so far today. You got to imagine he's got plenty more working up. Fiercely's going to get that catch. It's going to get us about 5. 2 timeouts left. We don't want to rush anything. Stick is there. Takes the underneath. And he's got what should be a first. 20 seconds left here for CVU. A crazy risky throw that just did not need to be made. Dakota James doesn't jump, and USC is going to bring that one in. We pick back up here in the second half, and, well, USC has definitely scored. But we've got the ball back with a chance to get that lead to 2. Now, we did end up scoring, but USC, here on a 4th and 4 in the 4th quarter, knows they need something big. And they go to their money player, and he catches it. Now, somehow USC has gotten the ball back after just scoring a touchdown, and by the looks of it, they're about to score again. USC here in the 1-yard line. A QB keeper, and he fumbles again on the goal line for the 2nd time. But USC is going to hold on to it, and DJ Dean is going to get hurt, which is going to hurt us, but we could have had that. 3rd and short. What does USC have here? They've got a lot, and they throw it right at our linebacker. We didn't believe it. And USC is going to tie this ball game right back up. Through play of the moments, we apparently happen to throw a 2nd interception in a row on a drive. And now USC is going to walk into the end zone completely untouched. With 6 minutes left, we're turning off play of the moments. And we're going to play the game as the college football gods intended. 6 minutes left. Teron Stick knows that he's got to put on something special. And right here, he's going to throw a dot to Dakota James just having a ball game. That grab's going to put Dakota James over 100 in the afternoon. $115 on 7 grabs. The young fella's definitely hooping right now, but they kind of see what we're doing. 2nd and 10. What a grab across the left. Plenty of time left in this game. You want to score, but we want to make sure that they don't get a ton of time to really do much with it when they get it back. A little bit of press on the edge against Dakota James. You want to try to exploit that if possible. Instead, we just see Tehran stick airmail one. Drives like this, we wish we had Amir Shakur out there in the field because that dude would be so much better. And Dakota James, pass interference they don't call. No pass interference on that play. Dakota James absolutely just getting bumped across the middle. But it doesn't matter. We get the ball, 4th and 1. We get it to Peaks, and he gets the first for us. Our goal is to slow play this drive as much as we can, but obviously still get into the end zone. We need a touchdown on this drive. And Tugboat gets us about 6-7 yards closer. The thought about going for 2 is definitely crossing our minds, but we obviously at this point just see a great run by Tugboat, but we want to play this safe. 83 yards so far on the ground for Jackson. He continues to dominate USC, and he's going to get stopped at the 1 this time, but they lose another player on their defensive line. USC lining up could be man defense here. They could be stopping the RPOs, which we've been killer on this year. We decide to test them, and we maybe got a little home cooking on that call. They're going to give us a touchdown, but we don't know if we deserve that one. Coyotes are out here just needing to force a turnover. If they can, they're golden, and that was so close to being the one. Tate Romney getting his first deflection of the game. Or actually just realizing Jordan Maeva is not in the game, if I'm looking at this correctly. That looks like a backup QB in for USC. All right, we were actually incorrect. That is Jordan Maeva that is playing QB right now. We're going to put Ortiz on a little bit of a spy, just trying to watch what they're doing here. They go underneath again, and they get out of bounds. The CVU crowd getting hype up. No, this could be a massive win if we can hold on. They check down, and 0 has been cooking all game long. This now gets even crazier because a field goal wins this game if you're USC right now. The clock is running. They have all their timeouts. They're in a great spot, and they are cooking with the checkdowns. We're playing a bit more shallow here, but we need that Coyote crowd to be insane. This might just have sealed the game as USC is at the 25. We're lining our guys up, trying to get a blitz. They just dial it up perfectly, and they're down to the 8-yard line. USC goes with a pass again. They throw it off the back of Fox. If he turns around, he could have had it. The good news, though, that does stop the clock. 2nd and goal from the 8. We send a blitz. We're trying to get through. It doesn't matter. It's USC. Maeva throws a beautiful touchdown. And the Trojans have the lead with under 30 seconds left. 25 seconds. All 3 of our timeouts. This is entirely doable. But we're going to need a little bit of help out there. Trying to get one, and it hits the ground, luckily. We got to get some level of yards in these plays if we want to make it work. Stick decides to test it deep. It's off the hands of 2 defenders. At this point, if we don't get anything here, might be all she wrote. We got some yards. No way they do an extra tackle. We don't get a chance to run a second play. And we're going to say that play the moments bailed out USC because they scored 28 in the 4th quarter via play the moments. Maeva, check down Merchant, he cooked us. We're sad that we lost, but our season had a chance at the CFP. It's officially over, but we still have one big game against Texas to see if we can just lock in one extra one for Coach McMervin. Recapping the stats, Stick again, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, all thrown by the CPU. It definitely hurts, but crazy things have happened. We'll blame the CPU on that one. Tugboat, 16 for 89, 2 touchdowns, has a fumble. And then on the receiving side, we see Dakota James ball out, 122 in a touchdown. Mark Fiercely also got in the end zone, and CJ Peaks was really good today too. Defensively, Cam Rose, 9 big tackles for us. From a sack perspective, we only got to the QB once, which is part of our problem. And interceptions, 1 by Jaden Mays, but Dwayne Fox had a couple passes go right by his head. He's got to do better than what he's doing. And to make matters worse, after the heartbreaking loss that we just suffered at USC, we now have to go to Texas. They aren't ranked, but it doesn't matter. They are a very good team, significantly better than our squad. They are at 93 overall. We are at 72. We are in for some pain, but we're trying to get 8 wins this year. The boys are back out here again this week. We're at Texas, and it's going to be a doozy. And right now, they're already dropping the first pass. One of those moments that looked like it was going to be off to a great start, and then we very quickly found out that everything hurts. in Texas. Stick again, a guy that's probably transferring. Can't really rely on him, but Coach McMervin refuses to play Lamar Harmon. Our dreams of getting the CFP obviously have left us completely. We're not ranked anymore. It is just up to us to just do this for Coach McMervin. And DeMarcus Perkins is going to go down early in this game. Not a good look for us. Little play action. Play that one a little shallow, and CJ Peaks grabs a nice one. Stonewall's still a talented guy. He's just been kind of regulated at the bench. We have a lot of depth at the offensive line, but Temple Stonewall, we feel like, can still contribute out there. Nice pass. Tim Tyndall, way to go grab it. The big thing for this team is we've just got to find that quarterback of the future. If we can ever find a top-tier quarterback, we are just golden. Coach McMervin's got a great offensive setup. We just really haven't had the guy to make it happen. And Teron Stick could be him, but he refuses to stay here. This man is going to be leaving us in the offseason. He just officially let us know. Brand exposure, too big of a difference. But he's auditioning for somebody else right now. And Coach McMervin is just saying, listen, you can shine because we're going to go find ourselves a transfer in the portal that can come here and do things like this. Texas drives down pretty quickly and ends up scoring. And we already see what's happening now. This crowd has him absolutely amped up, and our guys are struggling with the noise. 3rd and 7, expecting a little bit of a blitz here. And we're not quite sure what happened, but we're punting. Find ourselves in a big spot. Texas going for it on 4th and inches here. DJ Lagway is at QB for Texas. We didn't realize that, and they make a beautiful conversion. Lagway trying to lead Texas to a solid win here at home, and we're going to stop them on 1st down. First quarter winding down. Texas again going for these underneath routes. They've been cooking so far today. Only about 6 there to end the first quarter. Huge 3rd down here for Texas. We're going to lock in here, try to throw a little man blitz at him. Lagway got some time. We overran that one. It's 4th and 4. They're kicking a... No, they're going for it. Playing the pass the entire way here. Lagway finds a ball on the other side of the field that's just beautiful on a dot. 1st and goal. You could say that we're scared right now, but a good stop to make them lose about 2. It's like another run, this time at the outside, but we got guys there, and we drop it for another 2-yard loss. Lagway, 3rd and goal. Throws it out here to the flats, but we've got guys everywhere to make it 4th and goal. So they may have gotten down to the one earlier, but this time we have a great defensive stand, which honestly bodes well. If our offense can just do something, we still have a chance in this game. But what we did offensively was basically nothing. So we're back out here with the defense on the field. Lagway needing a conversion, 3rd and 10. Kind of a tough field goal here. Would be about 51 yards if they have to attempt one. And an acrobatic catch is going to work. On 2nd and 7, we're going to try to send a blitz here. No pressure on Lagway at all. What does Lagway have here? Some of the worst AI defending we've ever seen in our entire lives. That's what he has. Texas up 10 at the moment. We're just trying to stay alive. And that's not how you do it. Stick needs something positive here. He's could also use some protection. 3rd and 10. We don't really expect anything at all. We'll pick it back up here in the second half, and yeah. I mean, this is what you should expect when you are facing a team that is just infinitely better than you in every which way. We shouldn't be able to compete. Tugboat's going to go in motion. I think that's all she wrote. As you can tell from the very limited footage of this game, Texas is going to walk out of here with the W. Rather than bash our head against the wall, we're just going to let the CPU simulate the rest of the game. That's how we feel about that one. The only positive news is that a right tackle still wants to come here because he saw how bad our blocking was and said, I know I can do better. Additionally, we're also going to get ourselves a 3-star wide receiver in Victor Sexton. But we did lose out on Jeremy Thorne because we ultimately botched our game against USC, or the CPU did, and we have about everybody possible looking to transfer. This is going to be a rough offseason for the Cascade Valley Coyotes. And as we keep going in, just finding out what we're going to be playing in from a bowl game perspective, we get a 3-star commit from Jaden Brink, another wide receiver, which Lord knows we're going to need because half of our roster is transferring. And considering how bad our defense is, we also get Steve Denbo, a 4-star defensive tackle. We don't have a lot of 4-stars, so it's nice to see another one come to CVU. Oh, and another one. We get Kiki Denny, we butchered that. Thank you for coming here as a 3-star. And the recruits just keep on coming. Is Max Denson a 3-star guard this year? I know we're getting a lot of offensive linemen, but Lord knows we need the depth because we have a lot of injuries that happen each and every season with these guys. The Heisman winner, which definitely did not come from Cascade Valley, was Jeremiah Smith with 1,600 yards, 131 grabs, and 17 touchdowns. What an incredible season. And we will be heading to the Cheese and Citrus Bowl to play Nebraska, a team that we beat in dramatic fashion this year. So you know what? We'll beat them again. We also found ourselves at early National Signing Day with an opportunity to see how our guys actually, net out. So we find out that Connor Luna is going to be a 4-star impact dev. We find out Lloyd Terrell's a normal dev. Normal dev for Dre Mevis, which is not great because we were hoping a running back would be a little bit better. The 3-star athlete we signed as a linebacker is going to be normal dev. We're seeing a trend here. Impact dev for the right tackle, 4-star. Impact dev for the wide receiver, 3-star gadget. Normal dev for another wide receiver. Impact dev for the defensive tackle. We don't know for Neighbors. For the guy whose name we can't pronounce, a normal dev. And then for Denson, a normal dev. So we don't have a single star or elite dev out there. We are down tremendous. So a very tough season by Cascade Valley. But look, we are in a tougher conference. This is a much more difficult season for us. We will see how it goes. Can they beat Nebraska for the second time in a season? We hope so. Because if we don't, the transfer portal is going to be filled with a lot of CVU players that don't want to be here anymore. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys on the next one.